Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It is Saturday, and it's all about the Yorks. Are we facing the end of the House of York? I mean, I tell you, it's so bad for them. But we got to look at what's coming out in the news, and we've got to decipher what's really going on. For example, I've seen a lot in the last couple of days. Andrew summoned to the States to speak in front of Congress. Andrew hasn't been summoned. There has been a published request to Andrew to appear before the U.S. Congress and reveal what he knows. It is a politely worded request. There is no insistence. He's not being ordered or enforced. He's not being coerced or compelled. You know? So despite what you're hearing, he has not been summoned. And indeed, in my opinion, there's no chance for him to ever comply to something like that. We've heard for a long time anyway that he's really afraid to travel to the States just because, it's such a well-known thing and he's kind of a targeted guy, and so he's really concerned about that, let alone the U.S. Congress or not, But, yeah, no chance he'll ever do that voluntarily. But, you gotta love it. I love the way the pundits feed this to their audience on the programs. And, you'll hear them say things like, why doesn't Andrew just tell him what he knows? Help the victims. And I mean, whether it's naivety or they're purposely trying to shape the narrative, well, it's not working. I mean, of course, the assumption is that Andrew is innocent, and his participation in a Congress-led inquiry like this could only help, So why wouldn't he do it if he's such a noble guy? Well, he's never been found guilty of anything. And because of his position, however tarnished he now is, he'll never face a court, guys. And I mean, so much has come out over the years, even to recent books and leaked emails that implicate Andrew and Sarah, proven they've lied about their involvement. Very unseemly. And I mean, we can be pretty sure, guys, that they're pretty shady people. And I mean, amid Andrew's banishment, he's digging his heels in, they're saying, and making demands. He wants a rota staff to attend to him. He wants a cook, a housekeeper, a secretary/butler, plus gardeners, plus free range of the estate. And of course, all paid for by Charles. Now, according to the Mail today, there's still no firm decision on where Andrew's actually going to end up, where he's going to be housed, although Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate has been bandied about. But apparently it's still up in the air, that no decision's been made. Negotiations are still going on. And I mean, as for Sarah goes, according to the Mail, plans are underway to rehouse her as well at the King's expense also. Now here's a quote from the Mail. It is assumed that the King will make Andrew a generous allowance, which may not continue under William. So Andrew wants a guarantee. Of course, because Andrew knows Doesn't matter really what the king puts in place. A new monarch can change things. They don't have to stick with what's done before. I've talked about this before. They have all the power. They just don't like to swing it around and let you see it very often. But yeah, so Andrew knows this, and he wants a guarantee of sorts, and there's no solid agreement yet. Andrew could spend time in the Middle East. He has a fully staffed mansion, and it would keep him out of the way of the Met Police and the FBI. But he's also got a lot of course, shady business deals over there, and apparently one of the conditions of his exile is William doesn't want him engaging. Like, if we're going to give you a settlement of millions of which to live on, you're not going to be running around doing shady business. William wants a guarantee too. Do you think this is something Andrew's going to give up? Hobnobbing with all his billionaire buddy. Him and Sarah have always chased money, always chased celebrities, always chased billionaires. You know? So now, this whole thing is a real problem, and I mean, I gotta say it, guys, due to the Queen's and now Charles' inaction, the Sarah problem now is as bad as the Andrew problem. According to a royal insider, there are fears she could just, quote, go for broke and tell everything, even if it means bringing down the roof over her own head. You know, just do it, just go for it. Is she that impulsive? Well, we've seen her. She always manages to come up with something. Look, she's been freeloading off the royals for 30 years. She's managed to get the in-out deal and keep her title up till now that Meghan's only been fighting for. Now, I'm not being complimentary to Meghan and Harry, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean? Sarah is the original grifter. Now, according to the Mail again, quote, there will be a settlement for Sarah to compensate for the loss of her home. That she's been freeloading with Andrew for, but anyway, but they're saying either a cash lump sum or a regular allowance coming out of the king's pocket. And I mean, from the beginning of this, I have said all along that there is going to be a settlement. A settlement would have to be made. Andrew and Sarah won't go away quietly. They have conditions and have dug their heels in, and it isn't over yet. Charles is weak. He's prone to giving in to save conflict. But William understands the wider picture, you know, and I mean, as long as Andrew and Sarah's offered a deal or a compromise, he can make demands. And I mean, same with Sarah. Yeah, Sarah shouldn't, this whole thing, it should never have been allowed to get this far. Deals and compromise means that the goalposts are always going to be moving, always shifting. Now, here's the deal, in my mind, right, that Andrew should have been offered. Quote, you're going here, or you find your own place. Either way, you're out. Done. Same with Sarah. You don't get a second settlement. Done. So, I mean, this is all in the weeds now. It's all getting bogged down by details. And meanwhile, Sarah is said to be spending her evenings drinking with staff in the doghouse. A bar on the Royal Lodge grounds. She's got her own bar. She's drinking with her staff. Drinking her trouble away. And Andrew's 72 teddy bears are still waiting to be packed. And I mean, You wouldn't want to be Beatrice and Eugenie right now, would you? They find themselves just under the radar with all their parents' problems. Because you see, they've been drug into it. There was the story that William strong-armed the girls. Titles on the line. If they couldn't convince Andrew to comply. I believe this story. There's a lot of speculation right now about Beatrice's and Eugenie's business dealings in the Middle East, following in Andrew's footsteps. Well, he started taking them with him, making the introductions, making the connections. And this is just wild. In pure palace performance, they have countered this bad press by offering her a position with Outward Bound. That's right. Beatrice has been made a member of the Outward Bound Trust alongside her uncle Prince Edward. Reward is a diversion to what's going on. Deflection. This is what the palace does, but you know what? It may come back to bite him. As far as Beatrice and Eugenie are concerned. I mean, only time will tell. But so for now, everything's still in flux. Where's Andrew and Sarah going to end up? We don't know. How many millions will it take to make them go away? We don't know that either. What kind of deal is going to be struck? We don't know. Questions about the mental health of both of them have been raised. Anything can happen. And the girls, they're sticking together for now, and I can imagine they're just furious with their parents, though, but concerned for them at the same time. But they're backing away, but keeping in touch is how they describe it. And I mean, heads have turned in their direction recently. Questions like, have they ever profited from their parents' shady deals? Well, I mean, that's been documented, and the answer is yes. And I mean, I think they may be safe for now, but it's not going to last. I think that eventually, depending on how big this actually gets, that they are going to come under fire, and you know what that means. Are they going to have to retire the York title forevermore? Wow, history in the making. Hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I want to know what you're thinking. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, everybody.